Welcome back, guys. It is Serie A Tots, and I'm going to get you your favourite players. So if you want Leao or any of the other Tots, make sure to drop a like down below, and of course subscribe if you're new. We're giving away 6 copies of the AFC when we hit 14k, and we are only 400 subs away. So we're getting ever so close to that being announced. All you got to do to enter is subscribe, screenshot that, send it over on Insta, and you will be entered in. Without further ado, let's get into it. So if you guys are sick of losing at FIFA because your team isn't good enough or you're not good enough at the game, then right now you need to head over to skycoach.gg. Not only can they coach you in your weekend league or play your games for you, you can buy any amount of coins you want, and all of the services get 10% off right now with the code PRORECALL. Go check them out below. Make sure to click the link in the description, and let's get into it. Now obviously we're looking at the lower end of things, 0 to 200k today. So if you want a bigger budget kind of trading, go check out my last few videos. They are much higher budget, but to start we need to get some coins. As usual, there's a few methods to go through. So moments, you can get tradable packs from there sometimes. Go through, have a look at what the details say. If it says on tradable, obviously don't go for it, but the tradable ones can usually get you some good coins. Squad battles, you play a few games of this a week. As you can see, I've done a little bit myself. Even if you just play the main game on beginner, score a goal or two, and then leave it there, you will get some packs at the end of the week. Although it's not a lot, it's something to keep you going and to get you started if you're at the bottom of things. Div Rivals, I play a lot of these games. You've got your 8 that you have to play to get the top rewards in your division. You can also try and get, for example, the season's rewards. If you have a look right now, I'm actually playing a lot of games where I just leave my controller on just my desk there, let the game play out, or score an own goal so the other person's happy. But if you have a look at the season rewards, you get a 1 of 3 Tots foot champions if you're in my division. If you have a look at yours as well, there will be some good options for rewards, so it's always worth getting these done. Even if you get untradeable rewards, you can put those into SBCs to get something tradable back. Obviously, foot champs qualifications, you're always going to get coins for completing that and tradable packs. In that, you can take yourself over to the stadium. There'll be a ton of stuff that you can quick sell if you've been playing the game all year, where you literally just sell stuff and you get some coins back. I mean, if I go on here, as you can see, we've got a ton of TIFOs, 485 each. So for every single one of these I quick sell, we're making, 2 is a K essentially. So really quick way of making coins. Obviously it's not a method because it's not something you can go and actively do and get more of without going and buying them, and at that point you're not making any coins. But just quick selling them, if you've got them in your club, it can work. If you have a look at kind of the bigger clubs, for example Real Madrid, you might find people are buying them. If you can go and bid on these, if you are really low on coins, if you can bid on these for 200 coins, they quick sell for 500, so you've got that in your locker as well. But we've started Serie A Tots, so we're going to hit the ground running. We're first of all going to pop ourselves over to the Serie A and just go for the lower end of Tots. Now bear in mind, Kimman J I think has been re-released, which is a little bit weird because they haven't done that with any of the other sort of original squads. They've not re-released them, but they have now. We've got Danilo on the very bottom end of things. If you kind of want to get rid of him, there's a few things you can do. But first of all, we obviously want to see, we're looking at kind of a maximum of 100k for all these filters here. Obviously 0 to 200k, that's kind of what you're going to be looking at. So who have we got? We've got Szczesny, we've got Danilo, we've got Kimman J, we've got Gabriel Stevzera there as well, so that's another one here. And who else is there coming up? So it just seems to be those 4 or 5 players there. So that's kind of what we're left with. So what we can do is if we go for defender, it gets rid of Szczesny, but he's actually quite well priced. So what we do want to do is just include all of these players. So first of all, at 20k we've got nothing, and 27 nothing there either. But when we go to 35, you're looking at Gabriel and you're looking at Delino and Kimman J. So all the kind of bottom end of things. And if we pop in a few little more details, we can obviously narrow this down a bit further. The cheapest we've got right now looks like 30k would be a good point to sell these at. 31, maybe even 32. So we've got a good little standing point where we can make some profit at 32. 10% of that is 3.2. You half that, so EA tax is going to be 1,600 coins. So at that point we are making pretty much nothing. But if you go for any of these 29s, you're making a little bit more. So if we want to make 1,000 coins, we'll go to here, and that is 1,000 coin profit. Now the fact that there's one waiting right there, I don't usually want to take it. I usually like to snipe my snipes, but we'll go to 29, see if we can get something nice coming up. 28,500, that would have been lovely. So you can see there's some big profits to be had. It's just about getting those snipes. Obviously a lot of the packs that come out throughout the week will be untradeable. You've got the 500, the 400 and the sort of ridiculously priced packs. However, while tradable packs are being opened like today, right now there hasn't really been any big untradeable packs available. So while these kind of tradable ones are being opened, you can get some big deals coming up, and you just want to snag them as fast as you can. Now, of course, another one we can go back to is the team of the season goalkeeper filter. Now, the reason we're going to be going back to other leagues is because realistically with the Serie A, they've just came out, a lot of their cards aren't actually that cheaply priced. They are quite expensive tots. So right now, a lot of what we're going to look at for the 0 to 200k price range is stuff that's on the lower end of other tots. So first of all, goalkeeper, that's a simple one. We've now got the Szczesny edition. This one starts at around 25k usually. So you've got a really nice bracket of profit where you can make a good bit. Now, one you can do with the Italian tots, as you can see, is you can pop Serie A and Italy. Now, Di Lorenzo is the cheapest, and he's going for just over the 100k mark, as you can see. If we pop 100k, he's not going to come up. You're looking at, as you can see, about 140. Now, there are a few other players that are going to come up under this. Obviously, as you saw there, Canali is going to come up. You've got Barella as well. Now, obviously, Barella, I think he's probably going to be one of the best cards in the game. I've got his road to the final, and that's absolutely insane. So, seeing how well that plays, I think it's going to be an incredible centre mid card. People are going to be absolutely railed for it over weekend league, but we're looking at, you know, a massive price difference there. You're only really going to get Lorenzo and Tonali on this one. Now, looking at values, you're looking at about 125,000 coins. EA tax on that 10%, it's going to be about 10k. So if we go down by about 15, maybe a little bit more, you're realistically at 105, you're making about 12 or 13,000 coins. Now, especially right now when the tots just came out, this is your prime time to really be getting any kind of profit like that. I think this is the best time to really be going in with this specific filter, because it's where you're going to get the most profit. While tradable packs are being opened, you've got the best chance of this one. You do need to kind of sit on it for a little while, but when the profit comes, you've got much more. You know, 10 of these an hour, 10k profit per one, that's 100k. So if you only need to do sort of one every 8 minutes, you don't really have to stress as much. Now, looking at the lower end of things, just to make things a little bit cheaper, you want to go over to Spain and team of the season. Now, for this one, really, once again, it is easy to find cheaper ones. You've got Garcia there, you've got De Gea, and you've got Morata. So 3 players there, all, I want to say different leagues. We've got 2 Spanish league and 1 Prem. But you've got 3 players there, all varying in price. They'll go up and down, but you will always have a nice base level. It's good that a lot of the tots are at that base level of 25k. You've just kind of got to find the filters where you get a few of them on there. So as you can see with this one, we've got 3 of them. So if we say 25k, EA tax, after that, you want to go down to about 23. So that's a 750 coin profit. If you just want that 1k profit, go for 22,750 and you're good to go. So it's a very simple set of methods. Obviously, on the lower end, there isn't much new coming out. So that is kind of what we got to do. We got to stick to what we already have. Similarly, if you take yourselves over to a lot of the nations, so Argentina, I think will be a little bit more of an expensive one. As you can see, we've got Medina there, you've got Molina, we've got Icardi, you've got Derusi. So actually an interesting one with this one, if you go for defenders, you're going to be looking at Molina and Medina. So this one, actually not too bad. Medina, obviously a little bit more expensive. If you pop yourselves over to about 40k there, 42, that's where you're going to be looking at Molina. Medina's not going to come up too much. He's around the 100k mark. His price should lower, and that's when you're going to be able to snag him a little bit easier. But if we go for the forward side of things, if we go Argentina forwards, Derusi, Martinez recently just came out. Obviously, Messi's not going to come up, but the Icardi and Derusi definitely not too far away from each other. Almada as well. So this one forward probably about 30k. Bang on. I mean, we do it every day. How could we not know the prices? But looking at forward, I mean, if we go to Netherlands, not forward, but just Netherlands, very simple. Absolute dirt for all the prices now. All of these have absolutely dropped. So you can make a lot more. It's a lot easier to make profit once all of them drop. Brazil, obviously, if you go for Saudi League, insane prices, but just Brazil on the base level. If you get rid of goalkeepers and just go for basic chemistry style, which is what you do over here, you'll be looking at Casemiro, Gabriel there, the new card, Bremer. You've got Talisca, who I assume is probably still quite expensive. Talisca's still really expensive there, but eventually he should drop. I reckon he'll go to 100k. I don't reckon he'll be at 100k by the end of Ultimate Tops. I reckon he'll be even lower than that. So hopefully these cards do drop. You've just got to wait some of them out. Of course, similarly, we can take ourselves over to Team of the Season moments. You don't really need to filter this down too much. A lot of these guys are sat around the 30k mark, and all you've got to do is pop it on 30k. If you take away the basic chemistry style and just sit on there, that's a really easy filter. There's quite a few players that you could just spam through on this one. Not much difficulty at all. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of Serie A tots methods because a lot of what comes out of the Serie A tots, unfortunately, is very expensive, as I said. But we will have some of those if you want more expensive methods over the coming days. So go tune into them if you're looking at maybe a higher budget. For those of you guys who aren't interested in objectives, this might not be for you, but what I would like to say to all of you guys is in order to get your season objectives, just get these done. Some of you will already be on level 30. I myself am just praying they release a few more XP things so that I can really get the final little bits, but I will be doing all of the things right now available that you can do for XP, so I can get that done really easily. Hopefully, that does mean that I get my 30 pick. And if you guys want to choose if I do the pick or the pack, I will let you choose in the comments down below. Let me know what you think I should do. Am I doing the 30 player pack? Am I going to trust that I get a good pack? Or, I mean, the picks were insane. I think the pick that you got at level 15 that I didn't take, I did take the pack for that one, but the pick that we got earlier on was crazy. And unfortunately, you know, a lot of people getting crazy picks. A lot of people got Rodrigo. Unfortunately now, the season finisher pick really hasn't been looking good. Now, I didn't get anyone good over Tots, really. I got Son, he's been brilliant for my team, but I haven't had anyone amazing. Do I go for that pick so I can maybe choose someone I want? That's what I'm kind of thinking in my head. But if all 5 are dead, I'm going to be absolutely fuming. I've already got Goretzka. I know I said I didn't get anyone good, but he just doesn't fit my team, so it's not good for me. But you see what I'm saying? I hope you guys can help me. Let me know down below what you guys get in yours. And of course, as usual, subscribe if you're new, drop a like down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.